The bedrock of our economic success is the American dream. It's a dream shared in big cities and small towns, across races, regions.
Sadly, the American dream is dead.
America. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But is that really true? The American dream was introduced in the early colonial period by people either escaping religious persecution or those seeking economic improvements in life. Throughout time, the American dream has held various meanings to those taking risks to achieve it. But is it truly as obtainable as some believe? In the development of the U.S., it is stated in the Constitution that all were created equal. That statement, however, failed to include the lives of any group straying from the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant norm. This was prevalent within marginalized people of color, women, and varying religious groups. Although the American dream suggests that those seeking sanctuary in the nation are welcome, this has been countered through political and social divides. Following patterns of American immigration intake, there has been a steady use of xenophobic frames guiding regulations. This is visible with the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, Arizona's SB 1070 law, and Trump's travel ban 2017, and his repeal of DACA. All of these acts taken by government and many more have targeted and discriminated against specific groups. Historically, American immigration policy has favored Western Europeans, generating a greater population of them in American society, creating a predominantly white standard of living. This predominantly white standard of living has shaped the American dream. The American dream is a set of ideals. Anyone can place their values in the American dream, but the American dream has found ways to not place value in every one.
Internalized inequalities have been prevalent throughout history and are embedded within American society today. The American dream is impossible for certain groups to realistically achieve, thus inhibiting people of color and members of the lower class from achieving the lives they are influenced to strive for. Marginalized groups of color have been socioeconomically divided by both society and government, and can be seen through concentrations of housing and levels of income. The current population of people in the U.S. who are in poverty account for 12.7% of the total population as of 2015. As demonstrated in the graph, Black and Hispanic people are above overall poverty rate. There are clear divides between racial and ethnic groups, which then, in many cases, also holds connection to the socioeconomic statuses of those communities. As displayed, Long Beach itself is influenced by divides of income levels within those living in different parts of the city. Those varying concentrations are also affected by racial divides within incomes generated. In the development of many cities throughout America, there were limits in place determining who was able to live there based upon preconceived notions about racial, ethnic, and economic standards. Divides like this are very prevalent in places like Detroit's 8 Mile Road. The road poses as a separation between the predominantly white makeup of a city one street away from a black concentrated Detroit neighborhood. Detroit has historically been heavily segregated, evident in their own version of the Berlin Wall, near 8 Mile Road, of 1941. This wall's sole purpose was to divide neighborhoods from occupants deemed dangerous in regards to their race. A practice called redlining inhibited black residents from obtaining adequate housing. Today, Detroit faces clear divides socioeconomically as well as racially, often going hand in hand.
The very, very rich are becoming richer. The middle class is disappearing. And today we have more people living in poverty than in almost any time in American history.
The American dream is often defined by economic stability, a factor not present in reality. We are lacking of a prominent middle class, the ideal status associated with those hoping to achieve the American dream. The wealth distribution in America is very uneven and is often a result of an intersection between race and gender. Though realistically not for everyone, the American dream should be attainable for all. Government should step in to address and help their people who are in severe poverty. Everyone should have a decent standard of living, especially in America's self-proclaimed land of the free. However, until all are able to have an equal chance at the much-prided American dream, there's no need in continuing this false reality.
The American dream has collapsed. And we're at a point in our planet right now where we really need to renegotiate who we are and our relationship with our country, with the land, with Mother Earth, and with each other as human beings. That is not focused all on an economy that will collapse on money, because it doesn't last.